In this exercise, we'll put some fractions in order from smallest to largest. We are asked to arrange from smallest to largest these 6 fractions: negative 2/3, negative 15 over 19, negative 11 over 13, negative 5/7, negative 13 over 15, and negative 17 over 20. Now, what we'll do here is just to use a calculator to get a decimal equivalent or a decimal approximation for each of these numbers, and then we can arrange the decimal quantities, and then we will arrange the fractions. So let's just start with negative 2/3. Negative 2/3 is equal to a repeating decimal. It's equal to negative 0.6, where the 6's repeat. If we were to find negative 15 over 19 on a calculator, we would get that it's approximately equal to, it's not exactly equal to, negative 0.789474. Doing the same thing with negative 11 over 13, we find that that is equal to a repeating decimal, which is negative 0.846153, where those 6 digits repeat. Next, we have negative 5 over 7. And if we find that on a calculator in decimal form, we get another repeating decimal, negative 0.714285, and these 6 digits repeat. We have negative 13 over 15, and that is a repeating decimal. It's negative 0.86, where the 6's repeat. And the last that we have is negative 17 over 20, and that is equal to negative 0.85. So we have the decimal equivalents for these 6 fractions, and now let's just arrange them from smallest to largest. We know that when 2 negative decimals differ in place value, the one with the smaller number in it is the larger fraction, or the larger decimal quantity. So I'm going to go from smallest to largest, so I'm going to look for the largest number that I can after the decimal point first. And I see 3 of these numbers have 8s following the decimal point. If I go to the next digit in each one, I have a 4, a 6, and a 5. So the one with the 6 in it is the smallest number because that is the largest of those 3 digits. So I'm going to say that negative 0.86 is the smallest. Then I'm going to look at this number, and the 4 and the 5 differ. 5 is the bigger number, which means the bigger digit, which means that this is the smaller of the 2 numbers. So the next one is going to be negative 0.85, and then the third one is going to be this number, negative 0.846153, where that's a repeating decimal. Now let's look again. Let's look at the ones that begin with a 7 after the decimal point. I have 2 of those. And this one has an 8 in the hundredths place. This one has a 1. So the one with the 8 is the smaller of the 2 numbers. So that comes next in order. Negative 0.789474. And then the other one with the 7 in it comes next, which is negative 0.714285. And that's a repeating decimal. And let's see, we've taken care of everything except this negative 0.6 that repeats. So that would be the largest one, be the last one we write down. And now we just need to go back through and write the fraction equivalents for these decimals, and then we will have arranged the fractions as we were asked to. And when we do that, we get the fractions in this order: negative 13 over 15, negative 17 over 20, negative 11 over 13, negative 15 over 19, then negative 5 over 7, and the last one then would be negative 2 over 3.